What's up, guys? Me, Alan. I'm back with another video today, and today I've got another NASCAR Diecast review to do, and this is for a guy. It's a 2021 Diecast. It's an Xfinity Diecast, and I don't think we've seen this guy get a Diecast release since, I believe, let me think here. Since he had a Louisiana Hot Sauce truck Diecast released in Authentics, which I never got to get. Still pisses me off that I didn't, but hey, it is what it is. But anyway, this is Myatt Snider's number 2 TaxSlayer Chevy for Richard Childress Racing. No, this is not the Homestead Miami race win car. I think that one actually got DNP'd, if I'm not mistaken. This is just the clean version, but regardless, it's really nice to have it. And yeah. So we'll go ahead and get the diecast out of the box and get on the review. Obviously, this is coming after the 2021 Texas Xfinity Series race. So, tough break for Myatt Snider, who wrecked at one point. He had Josh Berry get into him from behind. Coming off of turn 2, Berry ended up in the wall, or got into the wall right behind Snider. Snider got turned, and his day ended up being done. But anyway, here's the diecast out of its box, and as I mentioned before, Myatt Snider, he obviously won the Homestead Miami race this year, which was painful for us Gregson fans. I've already talked about it. Y'all know what happened. We're not going to rehash that story because it's been told, you know, depending on who you are, it's going to get told any one of like 50 different ways. But anyway, so that happened, and in the final laps, no less. And Snider ended up getting a really good restart, and he took advantage, and he pulled off the win to get his first career win, his first Xfinity Series win of his career. Now, outside of that, a lot of people have said that he's been pretty disappointing. I will agree. I mean, he was running well today. I think he'd been in the top 10 or 15 for a while during the race today, or for like a significant part of the race. And then, of course, the wreck happened. I think he was back around P15 or something like that. So, somewhere between the top 10 and top 15 or so when that wreck happened. But he's been relatively disappointing otherwise. I think he's been involved in some other wrecks. He's had some races where he probably could have finished higher than he did, but didn't. And yeah. But still. And yeah, go figure, that front end is all kinds of messed up. This is all crooked. I think that's crooked as well. And the hood logo is, I think it's kind of off-centered. I can't quite tell. But, like, yeah, if it's not, it's, like, really close. It's hard to tell. But either way, though, it was really cool, though, to see Snider get that win. Even though, again, I would have liked to have seen Gregson win. Obviously, that didn't happen. But Snider gets his first career W in the Xfinity Series, which will propel him to the playoffs. We'll see how he does the rest of the season, and maybe at some point, get back into some sort of contending status to maybe get another W. Maybe quiet some of the people that are saying that he's been disappointing so far. I mean, because he has, but outside of the win, his finishes haven't been up to that standard. And it's RCR in the Xfinity Series, but as I say that, we know what Tyler Reddick did in the 2 car. So yeah, but Snider does have talent, and I think that he will, he'll get into some sort of contending form. I mean, again, you have a really tight field, at least amongst contenders. Obviously, you have JRM, Gregson, Annette, Allgaier, and the 8 car, depending on who's in it, or really not really depending on who's in it, just like anybody that's in it really is in contention for the most part. Whether it's been Josh Berry, Miguel Paludo, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is supposed to get in it later this year. Sam Mayer gets into it not too long from now, race-wise. Obviously, you have Colleague with Jeb Burton. No, wait a minute. Jeb's not there anymore. No, Jeb Burton is still there, you idiot. Jeb Burton, Allmendinger, and Justin Haley. JGR. There's a lot of teams that are, even some of the smaller teams like Sieg and Brandon Brown they're up there. They're battling. They're contending. And so, you know, for Snider, it can be easy to kind of get lost in the shuffle. So, I think getting the win is awesome. But aside from that, it's kind of like... It's kind of sort of like Cole Custer in the Cup Series last year. Because, you know, he gets the win at Kentucky. Similar to Snider off a late race restart. Along with some shenanigans from the guys ahead of him. Camera doesn't seem to want to focus. But aside from that, his stats weren't all that impressive. And of course, he ended up winning Rookie of the Year when it should have gone to Reddick because of the fact that, again, Custer had the win, Reddick didn't. Custer made the playoffs, Reddick didn't. But we know Reddick was the better of the two when you take all that aside. But either way, yeah, so we'll see how the rest of the season goes for Myatt. And as far as this diecast goes, aside from the front end being all out of whack, no real issues with it. One of the few, I think this is like one of the few 2021 diecasts I have in the collection thus far. But it's awesome to have, and it's awesome to see Myatt Snider get a diecast release in the Gold Series. So with that being said, if you want to get it and get some other ones, and also maybe pre-order some diecasts while you're at it, head on over to Circle B Diecast, use my code ANJJ for free shipping on orders of $20 or more. And I will see you all next time. Thank you all for watching, and peace.